Sometimes we forget who we are and where we're coming from, but we need that knowledge to show us who we can become and other places we can go. I am a woman, a queen, confident in her skin, beautiful in her eyes, strong and fierce. I am filled with so much joy, happiness, and positivity. I am vibrant, colorful, unique, and proud. I'm MGBEMENA, an African. I am an African queen. So who are you? Find out. Own it. Don't let anyone take that away. Okay, that was a dramatic entrance, but a much needed one. So to proceed, I went ahead to draw my eyebrows off camera. Now I'm going ahead to use my Nuban Beauty eyeshadow palette, and I'm using this sort of like brown burgundy shade, and I'm applying that on the crease of my eyes, and I'm just going to just use that as my transition shade. Now I went ahead with this darker shade, and I'm applying that on the crease of my eyes again, just to add a little bit more depth and just to darken it up a bit. I'm just going to blend that inwards, 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 inwards. And I went ahead to apply this dark shade, black shade from my BH Cosmetics Day and Night palette. Honestly, you can use any black color basically. I'm just buffing that right on my crease. I'm trying not to exceed that limit because I really don't like having black eyeshadow basically. And now I'm going ahead to use my NYX jumbo pencil in the shade 604 Milk, and I'm applying that on my lids to act as a base and as a primer. And I'm also using that to cut my crease or cut my lids or whatever it's called. Yeah, I'm just going to gently, swiftly cut that to get the position that I want, because I have a hooded eyes, so I'm trying to cut above that hood. Now I went ahead with that black shade, and I'm applying that on the outer corner of my eyes just to smoke it out a bit and just add a little bit more depth and pizzazz to my eyes, so I can look snatched and catty and all that. So I'm just going ahead to blend that slowly and swiftly. Now I went ahead with this sort of green shimmery shade, and I'm just going to be applying that on the middle or the center of my lids, and I'm just going to try as much as possible to make it blend into the black and also push it inwards so that it blends with the other color that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be using this NYX pigment in the shade Go Ham. It's sort of like a gold color, and sometimes I use this as my highlight, to be honest. I'm going to be applying that on the inner corners of my eyes, and I went ahead to wet my brush at first just to make it a little bit easier to glide on my eyelids and to make it a little bit more pigmented, and that works like magic. Or you could just wet it with water, basically it does the same work. So I'm just going to go ahead to blend all the colors in, just so you don't see any harsh lines, and I'm just going to try as much as possible to blend that, and as you guys can see, and I'm going to be comparing that with the unblended part. Can you guys see the difference? It looks a bit more decent and even basically. So I went ahead to do that on the other eyes. Now I'm going ahead with that burgundy brownish shade, just buff the crease area and just bring everything together. Now I'm going ahead with my NYX liquid liner, and I'm just going to line my eyes. If you guys don't know how to create a winged liner, I have a video for you guys. Just click on the link that I'm going to post here. Yeah, so I went ahead with the Ordinary primer, and guys, this primer is like my bae right now. I have a really dry skin, and this sort of like moisturizes my skin. I don't know if that's weird. Moisturizes my skin, but it still primes my skin, and it is so smooth. So I went ahead to just conceal my dark spots and pigmentation, and I'm just going to blend that in. And for my foundation, I'm using the Rimmel foundation in the shade Mocha, and I'm just going to be patting that into my skin after I blend that. Yeah, I'm just going to be patting that into my skin just so I get full coverage, and this foundation is sort of like medium coverage, so I'm going to be applying that basically like 2 layers or 3 layers of foundation. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing that and doing that blah blah blah. So I went ahead with my let's say FAN with my L.A Girl Fawn, in the shade Fawn, and I'm using that to act as my highlight shade. Now applying that in the usual areas underneath my eyes, my cupid's bow, my chin, the bridge of my nose. Now I'm gonna have to just blend that in. I'm pressing that in, and I'm pressing out, I'm blending out the edges. Do you get me? I'm pressing in, as you guys can see. I'm dabbing in, but then I'm blending out the edges. Yes, so to set everything all in and to look everything all in, I'm using my Sacha Buttercup setting powder. I've had this for a year plus ish, kind of. It's lasted me for about a year. So I'm using that same Sacha Buttercup setting powder. I'm using that to set the areas that I had just highlighted, guys. We do not want it creasing up, so we're going to set it out, but not too much that it looks cakey and, you know, cakey basically. So I'm just setting that all in, and I'm pressing in the product. Yes, okay, no, it's getting boring. Okay, going ahead, I'm using my Tara Cosmetics powder, and I'm using a dark shade. I'm sorry I did not show you guys the shade I'm using, but I'm basically using that shade to act as a bronzer slash contour, and I'm using that to just chisel out my face so you guys can see my facial structure. And yeah, I'm just going to apply that swiftly, and I'm trying not to swipe my face because I haven't set my foundation, so I'm just patting that in but still like trying to blend it out. So I went ahead to just contour my nose and just make it a bit more defined and slimmed and snatched and all that good stuff. So to line my waterline, I'm using my Ingot gel liner, and I'm just using that to line the inner corners of my eyes. And I'm creating that, you know, thingy that we create. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, it looks good, so I'm doing that. So using my sleek lipstick in the shade Vino Tinto, I'm using that to line my lips, getting ready for the MAC Ruby Woo. MAC Ruby Woo is my bae when it comes to red lipstick, so just saying that. So I'm going ahead with my MAC Ruby Woo, and I'm just applying that obviously on my lips, and I'm just blending that in with the Vino Tinto from Sleek to get this beautiful shade right here. So I'm using the same shades that I use as on my crease, and I'm using that to smoke out my bottom lashes, just so you know it looks a little bit more dramatic and, you know, even. So I'm just going to smoke that out and just blend that evenly. Now using my Maybelline mascara, I'm going to just line my bottom lashes, and I usually just wiggle all the excess products, pack on lots of excess products, pack on them, brush it out, and comb it out, yeah, till it looks, you know, gorgeous. And yeah, there. So I went ahead to just what's it called, highlight. I went ahead to highlight my face using my Makeup Revolutions palette in the shade Golden Sugar 2. And I'm sorry I did my highlights off camera. I just realized that when I was editing the clip that I didn't have that part. But I'm showing you guys how I highlight my brow bone. I'm just patting on the highlight shade, and then I'm blending it out. And I don't know why I'm applying another layer, because that pretty much looked okay the first time. So I'm just going ahead to just blend everything all out, because I don't like having harsh highlights lines or contour lines or anything. I'm just going to blend out everything all in. Try not to put products in the areas that I don't want the product to be. Then patting on my setting powder. Now to set everything all in, this is the part you know when you're done with the makeup. I'm just going to go ahead to use my MAC Fix Plus. And yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching my video as usual. And please, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also click on the notification bell so you know whenever I post another bomb video. So yeah, stay tuned. I love you guys. Bye.